Hi, I'm Mike Raper, Brand Director for North Foils.
Hi, and I'm Sommerlatt, Product Manager for North Foils.
Wing, kite, boat, wake, surf, you choose. Our new mid-aspect ratio front wing is our most versatile and comprehensive series yet. Playful and easy to use, while performing at the highest level. You will not be disappointed. Looking at the speed spectrum, the MAv2 Series is positioned just between the lower speed SF Series and the higher speed HA Series. We've designed the new MAv2 Series to make your foiling journey easier. The bigger sizes, 2400 down to 1500, are designed to get you up on foil faster and shorten your learning curve. As you progress into the smaller sizes, 1200 to 700, you'll discover the true versatility while keeping that familiar feel and ease of use. Every wing in the series has a very wide speed range. In my humble opinion, the widest of any mid-aspect ratio on the market. They are fast turning and work across multiple disciplines, from novice to pro in all conditions. With the Sonar MAv2 Series, there are no bad days. I think you'll agree, Ollie and the team of engineers and designers have gone to the next level with this range. As you probably know, Ollie is a naval architect and composite specialist who's been working with our designers to ensure the perfect balance between shape, construction, and performance. Ollie's going to run us through the series in more detail. Over to you, Ollie.
Thanks, Mike. So let's start with the bigger front wing sizes. Those are the 2400, the 2100, 1850, and the 1500. Ideal for your progression, you will find that the larger sizes provide a stable setup, learning to wing foil or towing behind a boat. At a very low board speed, these foils generate a great amount of lift, making it very easy for you to get up on the foil without the need to pump. These foils are super pitch stable, so you can more focus on the wind handling in your hands rather than focusing on the foil. The foil runs more on an autopilot mode. Once up on the foil, it's like with any other foil in our range. There's not much foot shoveling required. There's other foils in the market where your stance on takeoff is a different one once in flight mode. With North Foils, we always ensured that the board and the stance on the board is matching where the mast is in the track position, and that when you get going in displacement mode, that stance you take there is the same stance you keep once you're up flying. That really cuts out all the unnecessary distraction, and you don't need to work around concentrate on your foot shoveling or anything. You just concentrate on flying the wing and getting up onto the foil.
So Ollie, explain to us the subtle details across the different profile shapes across the range.
For the bigger sizes, 2400 to 1500, we choose a specific foil section that prioritizes pitch stability, early takeoff speed, and low stall speed, which is really efficient, low drag across the entire speed range. Let's talk a little bit about the shape of the foils. You will notice that there's quite a bit of sweep in the leading edge, and there's a tiny bit of sweep in the trailing edge. What that does is, particularly for those bigger wings, you will notice that the smaller wings won't have that much. They're a little bit more balanced the other way. But for the bigger wings, that helps us really with the roll ability of the wing. It makes it more maneuverable, more playful. So having that sweep really is a guarantee that these wings feel like much smaller wings actually. They turn nicer.
They are really easy to use and really playful as well. I mean, I think in combination with the pitch stability, you've just got a really easy to use system.
You will notice the bigger sizes of the MA wings have a bit more anhedral in the front view shape. This just gives the foil a bit more guidance and directional stability. This is something you seek when you're getting into the foiling. They don't feel as loose as some of the advanced wings, which will over-challenge you in the beginning.
So a common problem, as we know, with all beginners learning to foil is tip breaching, where the tip comes out of the water, and ventilation. We have ventilation along the trailing edge of the wingtip. How have we resolved that in this design?
Yes, we engineer our foils that we have anti-ventilation tips. So this is just happens how we flare out the profile section towards the tip, change the angle of attack, and that will reduce any tip ventilation. So you can definitely tip breach these without a problem. The flow really attaches easily again, and you ride on. It's not a problem at all. In regards of the dimension of the bigger foils, you will see on the chart that the MA 2400 has a span of 1040 and an aspect ratio of 4.5. And as we go smaller to the 1500, it progresses, the span gets smaller to 920 and the aspect ratio increases to 5.6. If we talk about the ideal rider weight for these foils, the 2400 would be for somebody 95 kg and over or 210 pounds. The 2100 would be for under 95 kg and the 1850 for 80 kg and under. The 1500 is also quite an exceptional wing for advanced riders in the weight class of 95 kg or 210 pounds. It really has a lot of the characteristics of the smaller MAs. It's a nice blend between the small and the bigger MAs, but it has that bottom end of the bigger MAs, but the movability of the smaller MAs and the top end speed of the smaller range, making this really quite a versatile wing for the heavier riders and therefore a must-have as a lightwind setup for an advanced rider in their quiver.
I love the MA range because it's really versatile. It's got great bottom end. It really gets everybody up on the foil. They've got reasonably good top end, but they're just easy to use. And I think, as Uli said, that 1500 starts to have a lovely blend, but the 1850, the 2100, 2400 for the bigger guys and lighter winds, you can't go wrong.
As you step down in size, you step up in speed. You will notice that the MA 1200 to 700 are very low drag, fast and more maneuverable. These are really our most versatile front wings in our range. They are ideal for freeride, wing foiling at speed, freestyle, surf, and perfect for kite foiling as well as towing behind a boat or wake foiling. Bigger riders would use the MA 1200, while smaller or more advanced riders would step down in size to the 1050, 850 or 700. They really do everything. Advanced riders can also use the 700 to 1050 for prone foiling. All our MAv2 front wings have an astonishingly wide speed range in early lift. The MA 850 has been really a favorite during testing. It's a really grunty wing. That means you generate a lot of power early on and it feels like you're riding a much smaller wing with a massive power range. Being smaller aspect, obviously, these wings have a much shorter span compared to some high aspect ratio wings. That gives them just this ultimate feeling of agileness. You know, they are really fast in turns. You can really corner them hard. They are really playful. This is all where the fun of the MA sits, basically, in the liveliness of how they ride, what they let you do with the foil. Really worth pointing out is also the control factor you have at the upper speed range. These wings are really pitch stable. They give you this great amount of control, the confidence to really push hard and go as fast as you can. The foil section that we have chosen for the smaller size MAs is a bit more catered to the advanced riders. We really prioritize different foiling characteristics there compared to the bigger sizes. A key feature here is really the focus on the reduction of drag. Overall, if you reduce the drag, the wing feels just much more playful, much more intuitive and accelerates faster. Breaching tips and tight turns with these foils is not a problem. These also feature the anti-ventilation tips, where we roll out the profile to the tips and minimize any anti-ventilation. The flow really attaches quickly again once you breach the surface and off you go again. Given the nature that these smaller wings are less spanny, we really minimize the sweep for maximum efficiency here. We have a minimum sweep in the leading edge and actually quite a bit of forward sweep in the trailing edge. That really makes a nice, good and efficient balance of efficiency and movability. You will notice in the front view that we have a little bit of a flat section at the center of the wing and then dive into an anhedral shape with a little bit of a mustache tip. This really provides a great combination of predictable turning characteristics and an improved tip ventilation resistance. If you have a look at the size chart for these wings, the MA 1200 has a span of 875 and features an aspect ratio of 6.4, and we progress in aspect ratio as we go down. The 700 MA will have a span of 720 and an aspect ratio of 7.4, making this really quite a high aspect ratio for a mid aspect ratio wing. If we talk about the ideal rider weight for these smaller MA wings, for a 70 kg rider, 155 pounds, the MA 1050 will be probably the light wind setup already. But as the wind increases, you just step down in size, and having a quiver, let's say, of an 1200, a 1050, and then an 850, or if you want to have a bit of a bigger gap towards the heavier wind conditions, stronger winds, You could also go straight to the 700 then. But a 3 front wing quiver for the MA range would be really ideal and perfect for the advanced rider. During testing, we noticed that out of the smaller size MAs, the 850 really stands out as the crossover multi-sports wing. It really is an ideal size for kite foiling as well as proning if you want to.
I personally love the 850. I think it works really well for tow surfing, proning, but I just find it, out of all the range of sizes for advanced riders, kind of my body weight, the 850 has that perfect balance. It's not too big, it's not too small. You don't need to think about it when it rolls side to side. And it's still got a little bit of a pump for the proning. So it's, yeah, I mean, well done to the team. I think that the smaller MA range really does cover a wide range of different sports. And they've all got that similar feel the whole way through the range, which I'm really excited about.
All these front wings, apart from the 2400, come in our proven carbon pre-preg construction. They're really bulletproof. There's a high density core inside, it's 100% pre-preg carbon laminate layup. The leading edges are really well reinforced. We really pay a great level of attention to the surface finish of our foils. That's for the entire Sonar range. But you will notice that the surface fairing is really nice and smooth, and you will notice these little nuances in the top and bottom speed. This is what makes a good foil go fast and has an early takeoff speed if you reduce the drag. And the finish of a foil is part of that. The 2400 is available in our more affordable pre-preg E-glass construction. We will also be introducing the E-glass pre-preg construction for the 1850 and for the 2100. All our foils come with this nice cover that really protects the wing well. It also works mounted on the hydrofoil with the fuselage or individually packed. All of the new MAs come with our titanium screws. You will notice that the size of the screw is laser etched onto the screw and also marked on the front wing, so it's really easy and intuitive which parts belong together. You can pair any of the MAv2 wings with our Freeride Stabilizer series. These have the 0 at the end, so it's the 320, the 270 and the S210. If you want to have it a little bit more sporty, especially for the smaller sizes, say 1200 and below, you can go to the S208 or the S178, which are a little faster and a little looser.
Thanks for the breakdown, Ali. You can depend on the MAv2 wings for out-of-the-box performance. They're comfortable and easy to use while performing at a very high level. You won't be disappointed. The 2100 and 1500 will be our most popular wings for novice to intermediate riders, but the 1200 to 700 are a lot of fun for more advanced riders. For more information, please be sure to check out on our website the Sonar Foil Rider's Guide for a complete breakdown on how all these parts and products go together. Thank you.